Hello, my name is Michael Samuel Webb, and this is Server 2016 Datacenter. Um, I'm using Oracle's VirtualBox, and in today's tutorial, we are going to be adding Server A. I have a couple of servers up, Server A, B, and C, and on this Server A, we're going to be adding an additional domain controller into onto this server, and then on our server server B, we're going to be adding a new child domain named studentclass2020.com. We'll be doing it through PowerShell, and lastly, in this tutorial, we'll be adding on our server C. We'll be adding a new domain tree to the class2020.com forest, and we'll be naming it faculty.com. So we'll go ahead and get started here. Okay, so first we're going to open our server manager. We'll go into our server manager. We want to add roles. Next, robust feature. We want to, of course, we want this pool, and we're going to add Active Directory certificate services. And our DNS. Alright, now we're going to hit next. Next. We'll just go ahead and go next. Restart if needed, and install. Alright, we have successfully installed roles, Active Directory, and DNS Server. So we're just going to close, go up to our marker here. We're just going to delete here and take this out. And just a fast way, a quicker way to get to our to the ability to make this server an additional domain controller. We just click that link right there inside of our server manager and specify our credentials. Alright, we're going to just go ahead and hit next. ADS configuration, certification authority. you want to choose either enterprise or standalone. One or the other domains. It's all about certificates and how the um, uh, one is enterprise domain numbers are typically online users. But anyway, we're just going to use standalone just for simplicity, and we're just going to use root. And here we want to specify the private type key. Alright, we're just going to leave this one alone. We just want to use this same key length. Here we want to specify the name. So for this one, our name, additional class 2020 domain. Okay, we're just going to go and we're going to leave it the same. And yes. Yes. And now we want to configure. Active Directory certificates, everything's good. Go up here and check post deployment. Configuration completed for the Active Directory. We'll delete this. And there we are. We'll go to here just to look. I'll just go down to the bottom. Alright. Everything installed. Okay, and we've successfully promoted this server A to a domain. So now, with that being done, completed, our next step in the tutorial is to add our server B as a new child domain named student class 2020. So let's just go ahead and let's minimize this guy, and we'll go down here and we'll pull up our server B, slide him in here. Okay. We'll go ahead and log in. I'm going to name this student class 2020.com, and but this time for server B we are going to be using let me go ahead, I want to close my server A here. Okay, instead this time we are going to use PowerShell in order to add server B as a new child domain. So we're going to pull up our PowerShell. Alright, so now we got PowerShell open, and we are going to use, I've got my notepad here, and in this one we're going to use a what if statement. That just basically a what if argument along with the add forest command allows you to review just configuration information. So it's just a little kind of a extra. So we're going to want to copy and okay, as you can see, we have in our line I copied and pasted install as domain, domain type child, new domain name student.class2020.com, parent domain name is class 2020, and then our credentials, and this is just going to allow for it to get my credentials basically, and then with the what if statement just for the information confirmation. So then we'll hit enter, and it'll want the commandlet will want a password, so we will administrator Okay, now that we have completed that command, we're going to go in and kind of go back in reverse here. Copy, paste in. Oh, all that was a typo on my part. Hold on 1 second. Okay, fix the typo and install the child domain. So here we go. Collecting data. Okay, looks like everything's set up. Okay, true, success, restart, no, execute. Okay, alrighty. Next we'll get to our okay, installing our for our class child domain. So another typo. Let me fix this typo here. Alright. And it's asking now for our safe mode administrator password. Click OK. Confirm. OK. Yes to all. Now we're adding in verification, the domain certificate. Okay. We were having a certification error on this server. I'll show you right here. It was showing that the prerequisites for the certificate failed for that operation. So when that happens, you got to go back into your Active Directory certification roles and go ahead and follow through that. Root CA. This one. And we'll use all the defaults. And configure. And configuration succeeded. Alright, let's take care of that one. And we go back in, paste, go, okay, okay, oh, gotta do one more thing. Alright, still working on our child domain. Go. Okay. Alright, perfect. So we have created our child domain. We'll look at, okay, just to verify that the child and the PowerShell is working correctly. I'm just going to show you this. So, alright, that is it for our server B child domain student, now that we have that in PowerShell. And now we're going to add server C as a new domain tree to the existing class 2020 forest, and we're going to name the trees faculty2020.com. so we're going to close this guy and open up C. This time on our server C, we're just going to go and just go through the GUI to create this tree. We're not going to go through like last time with the PowerShell and using the commands to create this domain tree here on our server C. Okay, so now we are in our server C, and as I said, we're going to create a domain, new domain tree to the class 2020 Forest, and we're going to name it Faculty. So to do so, we'll go inside of our server manager, and just for lack of ease, you can go into your notifications and where it has promote. I'm having some lag issues. Give me a moment. Okay. Sorry. Okay, having lag. Okay, let's go. We go to add it to our, and instead of child, we want to do tree. To the forest, we have okay, and the new one is going to be called Faculty 2020. And we have to put in credentials. Still doing a little lag. Okay, lag is gone. We have our credentials in. Okay, so now we want our domain function levels and everything to be the same as what it was with the other. And our password. Have that into effect. Our folders, and now we're going to go ahead and do our prerequisite check, just like any other time when you're promoting any other server to any other upscaling or downscaling. So we're going to hit next. Okay, everything was all the prerequisites checked out. There's a few things that I have to go through, that I'll have to go back through, but everything checked out. It completed. There's just a few things that you have to make sure that you go through, like as far as your DNS and a few other things. But it's all good. So we just install. And we are good to go. Alrighty. In this tutorial, my name is Michael Samuel Webb. We're using, in this tutorial, we're using Microsoft Server 2016 Datacenter. I'm using Oracle's VirtualBox for this particular one. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Throughout the video, again, on server A we added an additional DC. On server B we added a new child using our PowerShell commands and commandlets. And just lastly, as we just seen, we created a domain tree to our class 2020 forest and named faculty2020.com. Alright, I hope you enjoyed, and have a good evening.